Breaking news at 5 o'clock. Anderson County deputies have a man behind bars in connection with a 7-year-old cold case.
Deputies say someone drove by a home in Piedmont and opened fire, killing a man inside.
Deputies found bullet casings by the mailbox, and then they said someone drove by, shot inside this home, standing inside Timothy Ramsey, just 25 years old, shot in the head and killed. He lost his life, and a family had to wait 7 years to hear a confession and some good news. A new investigator took over the case. They believe John Murphy pulled the trigger after getting into an argument with someone else he thought was inside. His arrest came 7 years to the day after the shooting. The sheriff said Murphy confessed to the crime.
This video contains the interview of a man who killed the wrong target during a drive-by shooting. Cody Murphy was caught up in multiple addictions, including meth. He was in and out of jail and surrounded himself by people with a similar lifestyle. For the most part, he was non-confrontational and tried to avoid trouble. Sometimes trouble refuses to be avoided, and in Murphy's case, trouble came in the form of Randy Kennedy. Kennedy bullied and harassed Murphy, beating him multiple times. He threatened Murphy's family and shot up his mother's house on 4 different occasions. Fearing for the lives of his children, Murphy felt pushed to the edge. He hoped that if he could scare Kennedy, the other man would leave him alone. When Murphy heard that Kennedy was at the home of Timothy Ramsey, he drove by on his motorcycle and shot at the house. Kennedy was not there, but the bullet found another target, Ramsey. He was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead the next day. For 7 years, the police couldn't make any headway on the case, largely due to an incompetent detective. When the case was handed over to someone else, enough time had passed that witnesses were willing to talk and place the blame on Murphy.
So this is kind of our little summary here of what's going on with the case. And this isn't the whole file, it's kind of my workout file.
Yeah.
So, the main things we have right now. Obviously, I want to make this clear right now. I know what Randy Kennedy was doing to you. I spoke to Randy Kennedy myself. I know he was threatening to kill your kids. And I know that guy pushed you so far. And what happened? Because honestly, when I was going through this case, I sympathize with you more than anyone else. And I'm just telling you that as a father.
Randy Kennedy had a long history of being aggressive toward Murphy, going so far as to beat him, even though Murphy did nothing to defend himself. The detective may or may not be sympathetic toward Murphy, but he will say he is to try to establish a rapport.
That was messed up what he was doing to you, 100%.
Is there any way, like, now that I'm charged, you got to get me moved?
Out of Lee?
No, out of Evans.
I'm sorry, Evans. I have a guy at SCDC that owes me a favor. I don't know if it's that big of a favor, but I'll try. I will try.
Because Randy's brother's at Evans, bro.
Really?
Yes. Chris Kennedy is at Evans.
Good
So
to
I
know.
need to be moved.
I will.
Like, if there's any fucking possible way I can get back to them Tiger River, that would be fucking excellent.
What did you do to end up down? Because I saw it was disciplinary reasons.
What, is why I was transferred?
Yeah. At least that's what it says on your online thing.
What, is why I was transferred?
Yeah.
Got put under investigation for a couple stabbings.
Oh, really?
Fighting with a weapon.
I mean, if I was in prison, I don't blame you for that, because that's a different world.
I want to be transferred back
Okay.
home.
I got you. I'm not going to make you promises I can't keep, but I promise you I'll make a phone call.
If at the very least, is there any way you can make a phone call to make it to where she can come see me? At the very least.
I'll do everything I can. I promise you. Everything I can. Like I said, I got one guy down there that owes me a favor. We'll see how much he follows through on that. I'm glad to know, with Chris Kennedy being there, I might be able to work something out, because like I said, this case file reads like Randy Kennedy is a piece of shit.
You don't have a clue.
No, I've met him. I do have a clue, because
What did he say?
He wasn't talking. He didn't want to, because he thought he would be charged with some of the stuff he did to you, like shooting at you before, or shooting at your mom's house, I should say.
Which time?
Yeah, I know there was. I found people who would tell me about one, and then I heard rumors about at least two. So,
Man, he shot at my mama's house 4 times.
I did not know it was 4 times.
There was 16 bullet holes in my mama's house.
Mm.
My mama was sleeping on the fucking floor. My stepdad was sleeping behind the stove.
See, your mom wouldn't talk to me, so I didn't hear about any of that. She wouldn't talk to me. Some of the people who did talk to me was one of the big ones was Ashley Thomason, and Ashley was with you the night before, and in the morning this all happened when Randy jumped you, knocked over your motorcycle, and then she was the one who texted you and said, "Hey, we're going to Rambo's house." When you talk about the fight, sorry, I mean, was it like a beat down fight, like
Cody had his helmet on, so Randy was swinging and hitting his helmet.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't really hurt him, but he was like, if he didn't have his helmet, he probably would have got his face busted up pretty bad.
And Cody didn't put up much of a fight, or did he try
No.
to fight back?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Was he like scared of Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we begin with what we have on you, just so you know. Really, and let me back. We begin with you and Randy having this feud, which again is more one-sided from my understanding. You tried to squash it pretty early.
Yeah,
and move
I'm
on.
not with this feud and shit. I'm not with this shooting at each
Right,
other.
exactly. I heard y'all got into a fist fight, and you were like, all right, it's done. It's over.
And it wasn't for him.
And he kept it going. Yeah, that's 100% what I heard from more than one people on both sides too. Not just from your people, from both sides. Even Rambo's people were telling me that.
Lane.
Yep, exactly. So you know the people involved. So I know that after all that went down, y'all were at Chuck and Jerry's, and Randy came over and jumped on you again, knocked your motorcycle down.
Yeah, he pulled a pistol on me in.
Yep. And then Ashley left with him. And then she texted you and said they were going to Rambo's. I know you went to Twyla's because we got her roommate, Nancy Simpson, who saw you over there go into her room, took her gun. Then we got Twyla saying she hid the gun and the only other person who knew where the gun was you. That was her statement to us when I told you she came and talked to us. And then it was a black high point .45, and the bullet that killed Rambo was shot from a high point .45. And we had a witness who saw a black motorcycle and described a white male.
Who's the witness?
He's not anybody that you know. He just lives in the area. Let me tell you his exact name. But he's not involved at all other than you drove by him on a motorcycle. He actually saw you shoot as he was driving down the road. Here is his statement. It might be in the main case file, but hold on. Give me a minute. I will tell you in just a minute. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Jonathan Sweet was his name. Jonathan Sweet. He actually lived one road over and was cutting through Smith going to work that morning when he saw it. And then we had...
This was one of the few witnesses to come forward at the time, which was a contributing factor in the length of time it took to make an arrest. Years later, people were more willing to speak.
A similar motorcycle to yours, because on video down the street, right there at 86, that I don't know if you know, there's a little hardware store and a tire shop and a gas station all when you turn left on 86 from. Very similar motorcycle. Obviously I can't say 100% it was yours, but very similar. Drive by that right after the shooting, which all matched up with what we knew you were driving that day from Ashley Thomason. Then we had 4 people come forward and tell us that you told them about it. 2 people, one of them was Sheena. Sheena gave a statement on you. The other one was Chris Arrowwood, Robert Baldwin, and Misty Black.
Misty and them lying.
Well, Misty we did have a polygraph scheduled for Misty, but there was a hurricane the day of, and SCDC shut down, wouldn't let us transport her.
Misty's
She's
lying.
the only one.
Robert Baldwin, I don't even know who the fuck that is.
He was in jail with you at the county. Y'all were on, I think he said y'all were on the 9 side together. The single.
I've never been on that side.
Nate, I could be wrong. I could have been wrong about that. But anyway, he passed a polygraph, though. I'll tell you that much. He did.
I could pass the polygraph saying I didn't do it wrong.
I understand.
Polygraph's easy to beat.
Well, and I'm no scientist when it comes to polygraphs, so I'm not going to argue with you there. All right. But you asked me what we had on you. That's the meat and potatoes of it right there. Again, my main concern in all
What does
this,
Sheena say?
she just tells us that you told her, and
She's passed polygraph too?
I did not give Sheena a polygraph, no.
What is she getting in return?
Nothing. A clear conscience is what she said. She just wants it to be off of her conscience.
What is she at? She in prison?
When I talked to her, she was in Pickens County Detention Center, but that was probably October of last year that I talked to her. I've been working this case for about 1.5 years or so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know
My
people.
wife done told
Yeah.
me.
And I tried to be perfectly pleasant with her, so I hope it came across that way. There was 2 of us working it, and the other guy, he works road patrol now, so I've kind of been on my own for about the past 6 months with it. But again, when you look at this case, I mean, it's all about Randy Kennedy. And I'm going to basically torturing you to the point where you snapped. That's what I believe happened. Now, if I'm wrong, please let me know.
Kennedy was the intended victim and was supposed to be at the home that Murphy targeted.
But that is 100% what I believe happened. I'm telling you on recording, that's a camera right there. That I believe Randy Kennedy pushed you to snapping. And I believe that Rambo Ramsey was an accident. 100% an accident. And I know that because you can take the best sniper in the world, and he couldn't make the shot that killed Rambo at all. It went through 2 walls and hit him right in the head. It was a freak accident while you were riding by on a motorcycle. My understanding is you didn't even slow down. That's what the witness said. Just riding by, didn't even slow down. And it was a freak accident. And to be honest with you, it was caused by Randy Kennedy. If I could charge him with it, I would. Because Randy Kennedy needs to be off the streets more than Cody Murphy. So that's what I believe happened. Like I said, I'm telling you that on official record. That's what I believe happened. If I'm wrong.
And just so we're in agreement and it's on recording, I'm not admitting to nothing.
Fair enough. No problem. Fair enough.
I'm not saying I did anything.
That's fair. I'm not asking you to do anything like that. I'm just, that's what we had. Another thing that I meant to mention to you is Randy was a suspect when I first started this. But we had his phone records. They, for whatever reason, thought they were getting your phone records back then. For whatever, Tommy Johnson's a moron, that's why. And he accidentally got Randy's phone records instead of yours. So we didn't have yours, but we had Randy's. And Randy's put him in a different place at the time of the shooting. So that's how we eliminated him as a suspect. It put him where he said he was, so it was kind of hard to argue with that.
Why, because his phone said he was there?
Well, there was also 2 other witnesses, Ashley Thomason being one of them, and then Elaine Neighbors was also there.
Can't imagine that.
Yeah. But that, like I said, that's it in a nutshell. I'm not looking at anybody else. We had stories about where the gun was tossed, who was with you. I'm not going after any of those people because it's pointless. There's no point bringing anyone else into this when, again, the only person I'd want to bring into is Randy Kennedy because of all the crap he did. right before I got in, when Kayla was talking to me about coming up here, she told me about him threatening your kids, which I'd heard that before. But she told me again about it, and I was just, that's messed up, man. So, I don't care about, going after, now your brother's doing great. I'm sure you've talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't talked to him? He has a nice house.
Yeah, no, he ain't got a nice house. He got my grandma's house.
Well, it's nice though. I mean, it's a good place, from my understanding.
And that motherfucker right there, fuck him.
Okay, fair enough.
He needs to be goddamn shot too.
Okay. Well, I'm not going after him. I'm not going after your mom, even though I went to her house more times than I can count to try to talk to her, and she wouldn't talk to me. But a mother's love. I get that. So,
Yeah, well, you see a different side than I see.
well, okay, fair enough. I don't
I told my mama twice last year.
really.
I don't want that life no more. That's why I don't talk to her.
I got you. That's another thing I must. I'm trying to be open and honest with you. I'm glad you brought that up. We also have a bunch of your phone. I have 4 years worth of your jail phone calls.
With Caleb.
Kayla, well, at first you were talking to a bunch of girls. I ain't
Damn it, don't
tell her about
Don't
that.
tell
No,
her.
I ain't
Jesus
just
Christ.
At the time of the shooting, nearly everyone in Murphy's circle of friends was involved with meth. This was a lifestyle he tried to distance himself from once he married and had children. Here's a quick reminder that I have a Patreon page with a ton of exclusive and ad-free content, like this one about a predator that was exposed live on TV. His interrogation is definitely something you'd want to watch, and you can do that right now at patreon.com/Stranger Stories Plus.
I ain't gonna
We
tell
went
her.
together the first 2 years we was talking. Don't tell her that. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I was like, dang man, how many girls are gonna be there to pick him up when he gets out of prison?
Just one.
I'm glad that's all worked out, because I thought, man, he's gonna have like 4 girls there fighting the day he gets out. Because who was it? Oh, I can't remember all their names.
Erica, Rachel.
Yeah, what's that one girl's name? There's one I know really well, and I can't think of her name. She's from Williamston. Ran around with Toby Roberts for a while. No, not Tabitha. Tabitha's his daughter.
Oh, you talking about motherfucking Greta.
Greta Vickery. I was like, God, you talked Greta for a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have those. You don't really say anything incriminating on those, but I guess you were smarter than that anyway. But yeah, man, I listened to your phone calls for about 2 solid weeks, to 8 hours a day for 2 weeks. So yeah.
How many phone conversations you heard?
More than I want to talk about. More, oh my God. I tell you, you got a silver tongue.
I get them played with the pussy.
You did. I can't believe how, Kayla was married when you were getting her to, still. I was like, dang, he's got
She wasn't married. She's never been married, but
well, okay, cotton basically,
Yeah. She was with somebody though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now she lives in another room.
Yeah. That's good, man. I'm glad. Like I said, my...
Man, I hope got downhill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my baby.
Yeah. That's good, man. You gotta get out and raise your kids together. Put this behind you. That's kind of the Cliff Notes condensed version for you. And when she gets here, y'all talk.
So y'all actually have no evidence like saying that I did it except statements?
Well, we got the big ones, the eyewitness on the motorcycle. And yeah, the statements on the...
So how many shots did he say was fired since he's seen it?
4. That dude, that's what he said. So, and again, he actually is a good witness for you, believe it or not, because he said he didn't slow down, which kind of takes away a lot of the intent. If you're trying to kill somebody, you're going to stop, aim, fire. You're not going to ride on a motorcycle, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty hard to prove intent for me. So, Interrogations.
I think that gets annoying, 2 cell phones.
It does. But I have to keep it. That's my personal and it's my work. Try to keep those 2 lives separate.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's what I always did.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Kayla. She talks about your 2 sides that she never even knew the Cody Murphy involved in the drug world.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is why she's still there for you when you get out. But
No, I kept it away from the house. I never did anything in front of the kids. I never done anything in front of her.
mm-hmm.
I mean, she knew, you know what I mean? Like, she knew I was on meth, but
Well, yeah, and you can tell you love your kids from those phone calls too, because other than phone sex, that's about all you want to know about most of the time.
her and them.
Yep. So, like I said, man, you have no reason to believe me or trust me or even. But if what I said
I
was true,
apologize for my attitude earlier, bro. It's just,
you don't have to apologize, man. I get it.
yeah, because I'm not like that, bro.
Oh, I get it. There's people
I'm
in
not
there.
like that.
There's people in there, and that's why I asked them to bring you here instead of down there, so we could have a conversation away from them people. Man, the world you live in is completely different than the world I live in. You got to do things differently to survive. You get no judgment from me on that, man.
The detective is still working on building trust with Murphy, and Murphy seems to be receptive. Unfortunately for Murphy, the police have no real interest in him beyond a confession.
None whatsoever.
Like, I'm really going to have to be moved when this is done.
Yes. I will.
Like, I'm not even wanting to go back to Evans after this.
I'll make the phone call. I don't know who this is. It's a restricted number. Hold on a second. Hello? All right, hey, can I call you back? I'm in an interview right now.
Okay, I'm very sorry.
No problem. Yes, sir. Yeah. Sorry, I thought that was usually sheriff's office calls from a restricted number. It's not. I'm taking it off. But yeah. You have any questions for me right now? I don't want to give you every opportunity.
I got so many questions, it's crazy.
If you want to wait, that's fine too. It's no problem.
I just don't know where to begin. Like, what's the hard evidence that statements?
Statements are pretty good.
Yeah,
Those are pretty good because they all told
Three
kind of
of
a
them.
consistent story.
3 of them, a lawyer would eat them up. Sheena, Robert Baldwin, and motherfucking Misty. The lawyer made that look like they're trying to get a plea deal.
No, because we didn't offer them any deals, and it's clear on because we record all our statements, and they got nothing. I'm telling you, none of them got a single thing out of it. Misty, I went and talked to her in the prison. She's doing just as much time as you.
Yeah, fucking bitch.
Yeah, she won't get out before you do. I promise you that. Not because of this.
I know.
And Robert Baldwin, he's in prison in Georgia. Even if I could get him, but he's not Robert Baldwin. That was Chris Arrowwood. Never mind. Robert Baldwin is not in prison right now. He's not in jail right now.
Chris Arrowwood, I don't know what the fuck he told you. He bullshitting. I don't even know Chris Arrowwood like that.
Let's see if I have it in here.
Sheena, she's still in the county?
I can look and see where Sheena is, but Sheena's statement's not bad either because she is your baby mama, one of them, and so she really had nothing to gain. I don't have this in here. Let's see. I got so many statements in here.
What's her say?
Sheena was just that you told her, just like these other people, you told her you shot him. You told him it's because of Randy Kennedy. You weren't trying to kill Rambo. And,
Sheena's lying.
but how would she know all that?
Because she's the one who picked me up from jail.
Mm-hmm. I'll go get their statements. Give me a minute. So I ain't trying to hide nothing from you. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. try this out this way, see if it works. This is the. If not, we'll back up, punt, and try something else. All right. You good still?
Yeah, as you know, since 4:30.
Oh man.
And then I woke up at 12:30 last night to pack up.
Oh, really? See, they weren't even supposed to come down there. That's just, I'm not gonna go there, but. Alright.
They weren't supposed to come down there.
They're supposed to come tomorrow, or tonight, I guess, and bring you back up here tomorrow, so. It's supposed to be a lot smoother than it's been.
I'm sorry if I worked them a lot.
No, man, they pay me to do this stuff. You ain't bothering me. Alright, here's Sheena. Let's see if I can get this. Now, this was early on in our investigation.
September 7th at 11:08.
So this was a year ago, 2 days ago. And we had just got the case not long before this, so.
Detective Daniel Martin, Detective Scotty Hill at the Pickens County Detention Center to
It's
speak to Sheena
39
Floyd.
minutes long.
Her attorney is present, Miss Dorothy Manigault.
She had
Or in reference to case number 2012-49789 to 49789. I'm pausing our recorder until they bring her into the room. Okay. So, we're back.
Murphy is going to be allowed to watch the interview of one of the witnesses, which is not usually something that a suspect would be given access to. It may have the effect of showing that the detective has been honest and that he already knows the important facts about the case.
So obviously, we've explained to you a couple of times while we're here, why we want to talk to you. You've given a statement back in, I believe it was 2013 when you were arrested in Camden County.
I think it was 14.
Was it 14? Okay. You know, like I said, we're going through the notes from the old case. We're just trying to confirm everything. So
Daniel Martin, he was the lead on it.
13 actually helps us
Prior
out.
to Nico.
Will you just kind of go through everything you know about the case for us, so we can take some notes and just verify?
We're helpful. Because you always in my statement everything that you should need to. So.
Yeah, we just want to confirm what you said back then and that you remember it still. And
I'm going to be off the doing a lot of drugs since then, so. I told you the other day about the drive-by.
right.
I'm going to clarify that because I want you to know what's going on. We tried to talk to her before this, and she went and talked without her lawyer there. So that's why when she says the other day, that's what she's talking about when we tried to talk to her the first time. You know.
Do you remember what he was driving?
Motorcycle. Suzuki. He told me or explained to me that he was riding down the road or driving down that road or whatever and looked back and shot 3 times. Remember, right down the name of the road right there where Ramsey lives. But it was up a hill where he lived, from my understanding. I don't know, I've never been there. And then he proceeded to tell me that he went to Dougie's house afterwards.
Dougie?
Yeah, but like I explained to you before too, I can't even tell you where that is. I had been there once with him, but that's back whenever I had first met my baby daddy.
Is Dougie a nickname?
I think his name is Doug, but I'm not 100% sure about that either. And I'm really unclear about what happened even after that. I mean, I know that he called me and told me that he needed me about it. John told me that he was locked up in between September and February of that year. But I think I went and saw him maybe once. But I told him that. After that, I didn't see him again till. I mean, he was on house arrest from December to February. So, from my understanding, from my remembering, that's why I think I'm getting stuff confused, because the year that happened was in 2012, right? Okay, well, the 2013, when I got pregnant with my son, he was still out here. In 2014 is when we got caught in Camden. So I'm thinking that y'all were saying that he called me in 2000 and the beginning of 2000, I guess 2000, I mean the end of 2012 was whenever that 130 some phone calls was.
It was over the course of that jail time that he was in jail. I mean, it was several months long. It wasn't just.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right. I'd like to clarify, unless you just want to listen, just so you know, like I said, it was when we first tried to talk to her, she wanted an attorney, but she wanted to know why we wanted to talk, and we told her about when you were in jail during that time right after the shooting, because you went to jail like in October, I think. You called her a bunch of times, so we wanted to know what you told her on the phone back then. So that's when she references those 137 phone calls. That's what she's talking about.
Before that, you know what I'm saying, like in between 12 and 13 would have been whenever he was locked, whenever he, I think, locked up. As you said, I don't know that, so I'm getting stuff confused now.
Right. Well, he got out of jail briefly and then went back to jail. I know it's hard to remember exactly when he was in.
But he went, like I had said, that I was just a safe haven. I wasn't even, I think I was just there because they're involved, because
Murphy had been in and out of jail so many times that it would have been difficult to keep track of events and nearly impossible for someone who had issues with their memory.
I was out of their element. I was away from town, you know what I'm saying? So,
You weren't a Piedmont person.
no, I wasn't. I'm born and raised up here, so. And after the whole thing with Dougie, I'm not really clear. Like I said, I've done a lot of drug testing. That's when my kids got took. That's when a lot of stuff was happening in my life. I'm really unclear of too much. I think if you ask me something, I can answer it, but I don't really. After Dougie, I can't remember really what else he said.
Let's go back to the beginning a little bit. Did he ever tell you why this went down? Why anything like this happened?
Not specifically, no. It was, from my understanding, it never even had nothing to do with Timothy. It was all of him and Randy had a problem or something. They was rivals at that point in time. It never had nothing to do with Timothy. I don't even think Cody knew Timothy.
So, are you saying Timothy wasn't a specific target? It was.
I mean, not that I don't think anybody was, to be honest with you. His house had got shot up. My other dad's house had got shot up. So he just went back to retaliate to, shoot up somebody's house. It wasn't to kill nobody.
Okay.
He wasn't ever after to kill anybody. I know that just from knowing that's my baby daddy.
Did he ever express remorse to you because of that?
I mean, yeah. Whenever I picked him up, whenever I met him, there over 88 from Waffle House that morning when I was today, I was out. He was over there when I was in my car. He had told me that when we finally met about the house, he was just really sad about something, but he would never explain to me what happened to begin with. He just didn't want me involved. What he kept telling me, he didn't want me involved. And that's whenever later on, because he was on a different motorcycle, that's when later on he went and took me all the way to the back of the property off against Springs Road or something like that. And in a barn was his motorcycle, and his motorcycle was beat up. And I was like, what's going on? He said him and Randy Kennedy had gotten to Randy Kennedy was trying to get him off the road or knock him off the road or something, and his motorcycle had got beat up. So, like I said, I feel that nobody was actually intended to get killed. I mean, I think it was a drive-by gone wrong, but then again, I don't even know if the drive-by is what killed Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I can't see how going around the curve at 80 miles an hour shooting a gun backwards. How anybody can kill somebody like that, not intentionally. Because that's what Cody explained to me happened. You know what I'm saying? He's going 80 around the curve and shoots back 3 times. I don't see how that could have killed anybody up the hill at the angle that everything was explained to me. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an expert at that. But.
Did he tell you about anything that happened after that? Like where he might have gone and what he might have done with the gun or anything like that?
Not the gun. The only thing I know is he was taking for that. This is what he told me. I mean, as far as the gun, he never really explained to me anything about that. He just told me that nobody would ever find it.
Well, the other day when we were talking, you said you had some specific details.
Well, and that's what I've been laying about there thinking about. I mean, I don't really know too much more. I know that I was told at one point my gun was out of the dam or a river or something. But other than that, I mean, I've done too many drugs since then. And I hate to even say that. I feel embarrassed by even, you know, saying being willing to able to admit that I really haven't.
But you done said this shit 5 fucking times.
At that point in time in my life, I was trying to forget anything going on because my children was just being taken. I was my family, my home.
She's had it rough since she's been around. I don't know how much you know.
So initially, in
She's not been
2014,
in good shape.
you approached Camden County officers and said, hey, listen, I
Yeah,
need...
she's been on dose the whole time.
And you, well, when you were
In and out of
arrested, you
jail,
told them,
in
hey, I
and out of
need to
jail.
talk to the detectives from the
She
sheriff's
looked-
office. That's the only reason we knew you were there.
Like she was 50 when I was talking to her.
Tommy
You
Johnson
know.
came down there and told me that fucking he got a report saying that I was in the
Yeah,
car with
so-
Cody Murphy and they came down and talked to me because of that. And I did never tell nobody that I was wanting to talk to Camden County officers. And I'll say that on the little recording thing. It's my baby daddy. I wouldn't be willing to tell y'all, you know, say, oh, look, my baby daddy went and I was in the car beat up when I got found. Tommy Johnson came down there 3 or 4 days after I was already there. He told me that he came down there due to the fact that he had got word that I was his baby mama and that I was with him whenever he cut off his ankle monitor and ran.
Murphy's ex knows enough details to prove she knows what happened, but it is still possible that she learned them from someone other than Murphy, who is adamant that he didn't tell her anything. So far, she hasn't revealed any information that the police didn't already have.
That's what I was told by Tommy Johnson.
Yeah,
that's why we're here, to clarify some of this.
Happened after that, So initially, in 2014, you approached Camden County officers and said, hey, listen, I
I
need...
did not approach Camden County officers.
And you, well, when you were arrested, you told them, hey, I need to talk with the detectives from
I did
the
not.
sheriff's office. That's the only reason we knew you were there.
No, Tommy Johnson came down there and told me that fucking he got a report saying that I was in the car with Cody Murphy and they came down and talked to me because of that. I did never tell nobody that I was wanting to talk to Camden County officers, and I'll say that on the little recording thing. It's my baby daddy. I wouldn't be willing to tell y'all, you know, say, oh, look, my baby daddy went and I was in the car beat up when I got found. Tommy Johnson came down there 3 or 4 days after I was already there. He told me that he came down there due to the fact that he had got word that I was his baby mama and that I was with him whenever he cut off his ankle monitor and ran. That's what I was told by Tommy Johnson.
Yeah, that's why we're here, to clarify some of those things, to figure out just the
Chandler
concept.
Keeler, or whatever her damn name is, that's who initially went to the police and said that she had information on a suspect of murder in Georgia. It was not me. That was Sheena Keeler or something.
Shanda.
I think that's her name. She was in the car with us that night. Shanda. She's now.
I
I'm
don't
sure
have
good
it. She
to
did. Now,
Kevin County and
let
tell
me
you.
clarify. A lot of Tommy Johnson's files, when he left the sheriff's office, were gone. He didn't leave them for us. So if he talked to her, we don't have Shanda's statement. So we have Sheena's original statement she gave him, but it's everything she's saying right now. But this way, it was done more professionally here than his. So I'll put it to you like that.
Yeah,
So
that shit.
she has some good details. What you
They
listen
came to
to?
me and asked me who he was, and I told them it was John Murphy. I never stepped up to the plate and said that.
Well, you were cooperative with Detective Johnson when he came and interviewed you.
I was also very, very, very messed up too. And I saw him. I mean, I don't even remember half of what I told him.
Messed up on...
We had been up for 28 days at that time, running for the police.
Right, but you had been in jail for
For
3 or 4
3
days, so
And I hadn't even woke up yet. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Even though
20
it it doesn't, you don't go down on that the way you do on everything else. Whenever you're first coming down off of it, though, you don't know what's going on. I mean, I slept for a week last time I came here, not this last time. And that's because you stay up so long. I mean, you're so out of it. Yeah, the drugs might get out of my system, but I wasn't even awake yet when that man was talking to me. And that's what I never understood. Now I'm trying to be quiet and talk to y'all now, but still, even now, I mean, my baby didn't kick me out of it for a reason. And I mean, I know the fact that I know what he told me. I know that Randy Kennedy was involved as far as him and they was feuding. I was told later on that there was some girl, that's why Cody didn't want me even involved down there because I was baby mama. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because we ever was a girl. I don't know. I just know that. I mean, have y'all tried to talk to Kelly? Timothy Ranch's baby, old lady.
Yeah, she's not as easy to find as you are, so.
No, I'm here.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, themselves.
We've been there.
Okay.
Like I said, we're re-interviewing everybody. It's not just you. The reason we've come up here so many times is we're trying to make sure that we're coordinated.
Yeah,
Make sure.
yeah.
So don't feel like we're only talking to you and you only. There are a lot of pieces to this puzzle that have come together. There's new technology and all those types of things.
We talked to Cody's brother yesterday. So, like you said, there's a lot of people.
What did he say?
Cody talked to a lot of people, a lot more than just you. He told a lot of
Yeah,
people.
there's a lot of people, I mean, in county that
They
come
don't
to
know
me.
nothing?
I mean, I'm probably, honestly, to be honest with you, I'm probably the one that goes to the list. And that's just because he wants to be this big nigga who does this and that and the third. I can't give you too much on what he actually done. I mean,
Well, even the other day, you had more details than what you're telling us now.
but, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I know, I mean, the most detail I know is about the gun. I mean, and what I just told you, I was supposed to be at the dam down there off 23rd, you know, where, Bargain's is. I mean, well, there's a dam that goes right back there. That's where I was told that it was. But then later on, Dusty told me something else. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, I'm unclear on what is what. And I don't want to be the one to lead y'all into nothing. But,
What did Dusty tell you?
I mean, that gun was gone. That was off of something down in Georgia. Him and his mom or him and Travis' other baby mama.
The witness has started to give information based off of what she has been told by other people, all of whom are unreliable.
Let me stop what I tried to tell you too. I don't care who's with you with the gun. I don't care at all. All right. Don't worry about getting anybody like that in trouble. You're gonna hear that get brought up if we listen to more interviews. I don't care. All right.
I was like, I'm gonna put it out there right now, like.
No, I'm not even gonna ask you
I'm not
anybody
gonna
else's
jeopardize
name.
Kayla.
I'm not gonna ask you another person's name.
That's-
Okay.
But I'm just letting you know straight up, like, we'll go to trial before, goddamn, I put her in jeopardy. I'm not gonna
100%.
jeopardize my wife and kids.
100%, man.
That's a question. I'll take the electric chair before I goddamn put her in jeopardy.
And that's what I'm telling you right now. I'm not gonna ask you about another
Like,
person.
she's not even to be threatened with no charges or nothing like that. I will flip the fuck out. I
Fair.
respect you, and I'm starting to trust you more than what I would. But she is not to be threatened. She's not to be pushed around.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
I'll shake with you on it.
Because she is, like, she's all I got. You know what I mean? And
I'll
motherfucking,
shake with you. That's fair.
like,
If
I'll go to the electric chair before she's even fucking threatened.
If I ask you anybody's name about their involvement, I want you to get up and walk out. We'll leave.
Yeah, I can't do that though.
I understand,
You know what I
but
mean? I got what you're saying.
You know, figuratively speaking here, I'm not going to do that to you. That's not what this is about, man, at all.
What did Misty say?
You want to keep listening?
No, fuck what she said. She didn't say anything.
Let's see, which one was Misty under? Here's Misty. We talked to Misty before talking to Sheena. This was a really long one.
I just want to hear it long. I don't hear it whole time. I just want to hear the main part.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was because this is a year ago. You just have to listen for it.
Training room of their facility, and we'll be standing by until they bring her in for our interview.
We're going to pause it. That might be right. Normally we pause it and then there's going to be a lot of silence.
God,
Dude, we waited for you forever.
that's what he told me. Yeah, he said y'all waited on me forever, and then I didn't say nothing, and y'all had to wait on forever to get back out.
They locked it down while we were trying.
That's what y'all was telling me.
I was like, man, this
I
sucks.
sat in the fucking holding cell
Yeah,
for 2 hours.
I saw you. Anyway.
Yeah, he was like, we sat up there waiting on you to get up there forever. He said, and you come in, didn't say nothing, and went right back out. And he said, hell, the interview was over in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think it was 5 minutes.
I don't think it was. Let's see. Yeah, right here we're at 22 minutes. She's still in from me.
God dang.
Where she is. Okay.
We're investigating a homicide from 2012.
Damn.
His name has come up, and it's our understanding that
Let
you
me
may have some
back that up,
information on it.
because she said your name before we even said anything.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah. She should be coming in here.
Yeah, should have been a second.
The women prisons are much nicer than the men's, by the way. If you ever were wondering. Yeah. They're a lot nicer.
I bet they are. Hey, you gotta think, Susan Smith done had 3 kids back then.
That's true.
She killed her 3 and had 3 more.
Yeah. Yeah. That's disgusting.
Hey, how you doing? Misty?
No, it's disgusting. That motherfucker was a fucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. You'd let her bring more children in this world.
Just have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And we'll explain that. We're cold case detectives. So basically, what we do is we look into older cases, and we try to go through and talk to folks who have either provided information on those and just kind of put all the pieces back together, see if we can't get a different resolution the first time through. We're investigating a homicide from 2012.
Cody Murphy.
His name has come up, and it's our understanding that you may have some information on the death of Timothy Ramsey.
He's one of my co-defendants that I'm in trouble for now. And right before I had the guy locked up, it was 3 days before that, he was driving and he said something about riding around with a dead body in the back of the car. It wouldn't even have phased him. He never said nothing about a gun, but he did say that he was on a motorcycle or something driving down the road, that he really didn't mean to hit the guy, but when he shot, maybe the guy was standing near a radio or something like that. I said he blew his brains out. That's all he told me.
I'm in trouble
He
because
scared me when he said that because he made like it was okay that he would ride around with the body in the back seat of the car. But he did tell me, and I take a lot of tests, but he did tell me he did it.
He told you that he
blew his brains out.
Did he say where he shot from, or
From the road.
he said he shot from the road?
He was on a
The second witness sounds very sure of herself, although her claims about Murphy's statements don't quite match with what anyone else has told the police. She may be trying to make herself sound more involved than she is, which sometimes happens. This possibility is strengthened by the fact that she only mentions things Murphy said in private instead of anything that could be proven independently.
motorcycle.
Here's the details she showed me. So that's kind of,
never met him.
Wow, it's in the paper.
because she's not from here, she's from Tennessee. She was living in Tennessee when this happened. That's what she
Is that
said.
what Cody told
She
you?
wasn't living in Tennessee when this happened.
Well,
I was buying dope from her and her husband, or her boyfriend at this time.
at this time, okay. Let me make sure I'm
Has
correct on this.
anybody ever talked to you about this?
You can see, where she got locked up, and where DJ got locked up, 2000, right before all that, like in August, September, right at the beginning of September, they run in on DJ and her off of Garrison Road. They was living off of Garrison Road. She wasn't living in Tennessee at that time.
Let me make sure this is the right one, because I think she talks about Tennessee.
Then
So
Cody.
let's just listen.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I'll
tell
let you know
that.
she's lying about
Okay.
it.
Well,
Look up DJ McCoy.
So you didn't know
nothing about Timothy Ramsey. Absolutely not one thing about him.
What was your relationship with Cody?
He was just one of my, okay, so I dated a guy that sold drugs, and he sold drugs for my old man.
Okay.
But we were never close. The only reason he was driving my car was because I was on drugs and I was running from the police.
Okay.
Bitch.
And I was scared.
Right.
I was real scared.
We completely understand that.
Never
I
close.
don't know.
God damn, my dick in your mouth ain't close. What the fuck?
This right here.
Okay. So you had never heard about Timothy Ramsey being killed before he talked to you about this? Or
Where he had talked to me
Before
about it.
She got arrested before that.
Apparently Cody did it. but
Her
there was
charges.
nowhere
Look up her
where we
opinion.
found,
Look up her
so
charges before when she got
it
arrested.
wasn't him, but that
She had been
other
arrested for a
guy.
trafficking charge before that.
He did say he did.
Did Cody say Timothy's name to you, or?
Can you look up her indictment?
Yeah, he said,
It'll tell you in the indictment.
It might take a minute.
It simply said Timothy Ramsey was right
Yeah,
now.
he said he shot him from the road. He was on a crotch rocket.
did he say what he might have done with the motorcycle or the gun or anything like that?
No, I know when I got arrested, there was a gun that I had got charged for, but I don't think it was anything to do with this, but I don't know where the gun come from. I have no idea. I've never even seen the gun, but it was one was in my kitchen trash can and one was in my mattress, and I wasn't even at the house.
Yes, she was. You
I was up
lying.
at it.
Bitch, you was there.
Dealings with him, but now that was before, somewhere around in that time. I'm not.
That was before that happened.
Okay, do you, would Cody have been in your house?
That line.
Yeah, he sold drugs for all that.
Bitch! That motherfucker goddamn was down here, bro.
Cody's very
Well, let me
When
make
that
sure I
gun
didn't
and
say
shit
that
got found in the
wrong.
trash can she talking about and in the mattress,
Uh-huh.
one of them were her fucking pistols. The one that was in the mattress, that was her fucking gun.
Well, she got charged with it, so at least there's that. She got arrested in Pickens County.
No, this would be Greenville County that she got arrested in.
The time she's doing says it's from Pickens.
Yes, it's from the indictment. Okay, all that. If you can get to her indictment to where her charges come into play,
Right.
all right, like she got a charge for the pistol and the drugs at the house that day that she claimed she wasn't at. She was there. She was there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm goddamn the one that picked her the fuck up from the goddamn house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After the police had left, I'm the one that picked her up. I had just left the fucking house.
Well,
I left to go get them feed food.
I expect people to downplay their criminal activity. That's not a big deal here. And I could be. She might have
Let's
just
go
said
smoke
she
a
doesn't.
cigarette. Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
This is lying bitch right there.
Let me put this on sleep because this thing's gonna die.
Murphy is angry at the witness for lying, even though it will not affect his case. Murphy's wife has been allowed to join them to discuss how the case should proceed and whether or not Murphy should take the plea deal. She fears that he will be tricked into a confession without getting anything in return. The detective assures them this is not the case and asks Murphy to give a detailed account of the actions Randy Kennedy took that pushed Murphy over the edge.
You need to write your story.
He is.
I wrote what I said so far.
He wrote your story. You need to write your story.
And that's fine too. I wanna go over with what I wrote so far. I told you on September 10th, I shot in 2012.
How many supposed to?
226 Smith Drive in Piedmont, South Carolina, from my motorcycle. One of the bullets struck Timothy Ramsey, killing him. This was an accident. I did not mean to kill Timothy. I was trying to get Randy Kennedy to leave me alone, and I got Randy. That's the part I want you to tell me what all Randy had done, so that it's in your statement.
Randy just jumped on me. Randy shot at me. Randy put two between my feet.
Two between feet? What does that mean? Sorry.
Put two bullets right between my feet.
Oh. How many
I
times?
felt the fucking dirt kick up on my shorts.
And this was over, do you remember how many weeks or days or how long?
About a week and a half, 2 weeks.
So, Randy.
I guess, I don't know.
Okay.
I was met out.
Yeah, I get it, but I just want to make sure I get the
This
time
is the
to
most important part.
I know.
Everything you have to say.
Randy.
I know. I am.
Jumped on me
Okay.
more than one time.
What?
He attacked you, like jumped on you more than one time.
Yeah, he did it 3 times in one house.
Friends of Ramsey were willing to testify that Kennedy relentlessly attacked Murphy without being provoked, and that Murphy tried to avoid having anything to do with him.
At Chuck and Jerry's.
Yeah, multiple times. He shot at you more than one time?
Yeah. He unloaded 2 clips at the house. He shot up a truck in my driveway, thinking I was in it. He put a bullet hole in a kid's car seat. Right where the little boy's head would have been. Thinking I was in there.
My God. He ran over your motorcycle, is that right? With you on it?
Mm-hmm. He told me I'd never see you again. He told me I'd never see my kids again.
And he threatened your children's lives?
Multiple times.
I remember the threat being exactly to make sure my kids slept below the window sills.
Wow.
And they still wouldn't save there.
I'm not a killer. If I was a drug dealer, I wouldn't have killed her.
Why did you shoot?
I won't even leave me alone. I won't even leave you alone. I figured if I shot back, it'd stop. And it did.
Did you know Timothy?
I met him once. I didn't know him. We went on a hate basis.
You met him once.
Bought an ounce of dope from him. Shot about 5 guns with him. He had guns galore. He didn't have no record. He could buy them when he wanted to. And he had good guns, bad guns. Nice guns. Like Jonathan.
I have to ask for a Reddit. Did you use the High Point 45 wireless? I just have to add that in here at the bottom.
Don't get to where you don't answer that phone. Don't not talk to me. I don't know how to make you understand. I'm scared of losing you. Are we? Because it don't look like it. It don't feel like it.
Not only had Kennedy attacked Murphy, he had also shot at the home of Murphy's mother on 4 occasions and threatened his wife and children. While it was a poor choice, it is easy to see why Murphy felt so desperate. He believed that if he made a show of force, Kennedy would back down. No one was supposed to die, but unfortunately, Ramsey was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Cody Murphy managed to escape with a light sentence, but his troubles did not end there. In September 2023, he was arrested again for going after family members with a handgun. In fear, one of them shot him, landing him in the hospital. When he was released, he was placed on bond for a 3rd-degree domestic violence charge. That's the end of today's video. If you liked what you watched and want to support the channel, hit the like button and check out my Patreon link in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.